Hello, Super Saver, a 6-month CD, 5.25% APY promotional offer. Truly the best promotional CD offer that I've seen thus far in 2023 at the time of this taping. And that's what I'll be talking about in today's video. Which bank is offering this CD? What you need to know before buying the CD, how to buy this CD step by step, and as usual, some key considerations to note when buying this CD. And also, as usual, do note that this video is not sponsored by the company that's running this promotional CD offer, nor do we receive any compensation from them if you choose to do business with them. So let's dive in, my financial friend. NestEgg Bank is the bank that is offering the 6-month CD 5.25% APY promotional offer. Now, I'd never heard of NestEgg Bank until I was told about this offer by Super Saver Cynthia in our community here. Thank you, Cynthia, by the way. So we did a bit of background checking on NestEgg Bank before we decided to put some of our own money into this promotional CD offer and do this video for all of you. Here are the top 3 things you should know about NestEgg Bank. 1. NestEgg Bank is an FDIC insured bank. If we go to the FDIC's Bank Find suite and search for them, we can see that they have been FDIC insured since 1963. This means that if you decide to go ahead with NestEgg's promotional CD offer, your principal and interest would be covered up to the FDIC standard deposit insurance coverage limit of $250,000 per depositor at NestEgg per ownership category. You can also find this information on NestEgg Bank's website under the FAQ page, which I've linked below. 2. NestEgg Bank is a subsidiary of NestEgg One, NASDAQ ticker symbol NEWT, a provider of business solutions with a 20-plus year track record. And if we go to the NASDAQ website, we can see that NestEgg's parent company has a market capitalization of slightly over $300 million at the time of this taping. 3. NestEgg Bank is the number 2 lender on the Small Business Administration, the SBA's list of top SBA lenders by volume for what they call 7A loans, as we can see here for 2023 so far, as well as here for 2022. And yes, it does seem that NestEgg Bank focuses primarily on small business banking. So now that you know a bit about who NestEgg Bank is and what they do, let's talk about the 6 things you need to know before diving into the 6-month CD 5.25% APY promotional offer. Here are the 6 things you need to know before buying the CD. 1. You must deposit a minimum of $2,500 to open this account, and you must maintain a minimum balance of $2,500 in the account each day to obtain the disclosed APY. 2. To get the quoted 5.25% APY promotional offer on this 6-month CD, you need to leave your interest in the account. If you withdraw any interest before maturity, your rate will be lower than the quoted 5.25% APY for this offer. 3. Interest will be compounded on a daily basis and credited to your account on a monthly basis. If you close your account before the interest is credited, you will not receive the accrued interest. 4. There is an early withdrawal penalty of 90 days simple interest on any amount withdrawn before maturity. 5. At maturity, the CD will automatically renew, but you have 7 calendar days after the maturity date to withdraw funds without penalty. So I'd suggest putting a reminder in your calendar with the CD maturity date if you decide to move ahead with this one. You can find these first 5 points in this deposit account agreement from NestEgg Bank, which you will be asked to read through and agree with before opening the CD account with them. Point number 6. The CD account opening process is not fully automated, at least not in the way most of us would expect when opening such a CD account online. If you're a new customer, I can confirm that you cannot open your CD account online in as little as 2 minutes. Even after I went through the whole process of opening my NestEgg CD account, uploading documents to confirm my identity, something I haven't done in a while, linking my existing bank account, and transferring in my minimum balance of $2,500, I got this email telling me that my application was received and under review. In the end, it took only 1 business day, but I am curious, for those of you who have a NewTek account or who've purchased this promotional CD from them already, please do drop a comment below and let us know what your experience with them was like and how long the process took for you. And for those of you who are ready to take the plunge now and move ahead with NewTek's 6-month CD 5.25% APY promotional offer, let's move on to our how to buy tutorial. So here's the NewTek Bank page on their high yield CDs. If we scroll down, here's the 6-month CD 5.25% APY promotional offer. If I hover over it, this Open Now button will appear. I'll just click on that now. This screen will appear next. I'll select I don't have an access ID and passcode because I don't, and then I'll hit continue. Here's the page that shows up now, telling me that when I open an account, NewTek will ask me for my name, address, date of birth, and other information that will allow them to identify me. NewTek may also ask to see my driver's license or other identifying documents. Sounds fine, so I'll click on OK. And on the next page, I'll have to enter my name. Then I'll scroll down and enter my social security number, my date of birth, my email, and my primary phone number, which they will verify via SMS. Below that, I'll enter my address. And down here, I'll create my access ID, my user ID basically, and my password. Make sure to read through the access ID, the user ID requirements, as well as the password requirements. Then I'll click on register and continue. And this box will appear, telling me to enter the verification code that was sent to the primary phone number that I just gave them. And on the next screen that appears, I'll need to enter some more information about myself, such as the years I've been living at the address I entered. I don't have a different mailing address, so I'll leave this box unchecked. Now I'll scroll down, and here I can enter a secondary phone or work phone. Both of these are optional, so I'll just leave them blank. I'll keep going now and enter my country of citizenship. From the identification type, I'll choose state-issued driver's license. And here, I'll enter my driver's license number, issuing state, issue date, and expiration date. Down below, I'll select my employment status. Then I'll select my occupation and enter my current employer name and my current position title. I'll scroll down further now and leave this box unchecked because it doesn't apply to me. I'll also select no here and here as well because these 2 questions also don't apply to me. And below that, I'll check this box to certify that I have reviewed the information provided above and that it is complete and accurate. Then I'll click next. And this screen will appear next, telling me to upload these 3 documents. Here's what's considered acceptable as proof of residency. Here's what's considered as acceptable proof of a tax identification card. And here's what's considered acceptable proof of a driver's license. And just so you know, I haven't uploaded my social security card anywhere for so long, I didn't even know where my social security card was. Thank goodness, I have a husband that does know where these things are, and who we all have to thank for the making of this NewTek CD tutorial. So thank you, husband. Anyway, this is what the screen will look like after the requisite documents have been uploaded. Now I'll click on next, and on the page that appears afterwards, I'll click on link an account to link a new external account for funding the CD. Now I'll enter my bank's name. And here I'll log into my bank with the same username and password I would normally use to log into my account from my bank's website directly. And then I'll click continue. On this verify identity screen that pops up next, I'll select either call me or text me to get my access code, and then I'll hit continue. And here I'll enter the access code that was sent to me and hit continue again. On the next screen, I'll choose which bank account I want to link and transfer funds in from to purchase the CD. And then I'll hit continue once again. I then waited for about a minute on this page for the connection and linking to take place. And here's the confirmation screen afterwards that my bank account has been linked and that I can transfer my funds in from there to buy my NewTek promotional CD. Do take note that the minimum funding is $2,500, as I mentioned earlier, and that the maximum funding amount is $250,000. And keep this in mind. If you want to stay below the FDIC threshold of $250,000 per depositor at NewTek Bank per ownership category, you should fund the CD with less than $250,000 because the FDIC standard limit of $250,000 includes principal and interest. And of course, this assumes that you are a brand new customer to NewTek and don't hold any other existing deposit accounts with them. Anyway, I'll enter $2,500 here and then click Next. What will appear afterwards is this e-sign disclosure and consent agreement. Once I've scrolled down and read through this, I'll click Accept and then Next. This brings me to this 30-page deposit account agreement, which I referenced in the earlier section, what you need to know before buying the CD. After I scroll down and read through all the terms and conditions of the CD, I'll click I accept once again. And this next screen shows up confirming that I've accepted both disclosures. Here's the CD term. Here's my 5.25% APY, assuming that I do not withdraw any interest. And here's the actual interest rate. I'm all set now, so I'll click Next. And afterwards, this screen will appear confirming that my application was received and that NewTek is currently reviewing my account details. The review process may take a few business days, and I'll receive an email when the process is complete. And I was utterly annoyed at this point, I have to admit, because I was expecting the usual online success message that one typically gets in the end. I did receive this email from NewTek, as I mentioned earlier, telling me that the review process is usually complete within 2 business days. And when I called them to find out if there was any way to speed things up, they told me that there wasn't, and that it just depends on where in the queue my application is. But that 1, the process does typically take 1 to 2 business days. 2, I would get an email once my application is approved. And 3, only after the application is approved will the money for the CD purchase be deducted from my linked bank account. Now, I literally waited less than 30 seconds before a NewTek customer service representative picked up my call, and he was very friendly. But whether this less than 30-second wait time on the phone and whether the typical 2 business day processing time for new accounts will stay like this as more people find out about this NewTek offer remains to be seen. And as I also mentioned earlier, in the end, it did only take 1 business day, so everything worked out. If you've gone through this tutorial and or purchased this NewTek CD already, do drop us a comment below and let us know how things went for you. Now, let's talk about some key considerations to note when buying this CD. In my mind, what we're going to talk about here is relevant to nearly any bank CD that you might consider buying currently, not just this NewTek one. And it is in addition to these 5 points that I mentioned earlier. So, here are 2 additional considerations to take note of. 1, check the brokered CD and treasury rates beforehand to see that the rate on the bank CD you're considering purchasing is actually as good as it sounds. Because rates, as we've seen, are moving pretty quickly in the current market. And I don't know what they'll look like by the time you're watching this video and considering NewTek's promotional CD offer. Also, keep in mind that the interest earned on CDs will be subject to federal, state, and local income taxes, depending on where you live. Whereas interest earned on treasuries is only subject to federal income taxes, but not to state or local income taxes. 2, understand that banks usually offer high rates on deposit products for a reason. As I've mentioned in previous videos, it's usually because they want to attract new customers or more customers, or because they need the money for whatever reason, or some combination of these 2 factors. It is a business after all, so it is important to make sure that you're comfortable with the bank that you're putting your money into, as well as ensure that you stay below the FDIC coverage limits. Check out this video here if you need a brush up on FDIC insurance, how it works, and how you might be able to increase your limit in certain instances. And if you're so inclined, do drop a message below If you decide to go ahead with this offer, or if you know of another offer that's even better so that others in the community may also benefit. As I always say, everyone's financial journey is different. What's right for me or you may not be right for someone else. And for those of you looking for slightly longer term CD, check out this promotional CD offer here that Marcus is currently running. It's a 10-month CD, but the rate is slightly lower at an APY of 5.05%. All right, Super Saver. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then don't forget to share it with those you care about, and of course, hit that thumbs up, and see you again very soon with another brand new wealth building video.